Disclaimer. This video designed for information purpose. Behavioral science, any of various disciplines dealing with the subject of human actions, usually including the fields of sociology, social and cultural anthropology, psychology, and behavioral aspects of biology, economics, geography, law, psychiatry, and political science. What are behavior skills? Behavioral skills are interpersonal, self-regulatory, and task-related behaviors that connect to successful performance in education and workplace settings. The behavioral skills are designed to help individuals succeed through effective interactions, stress management, and persistent effort. What are examples of behavioral sciences? Examples of behavioral sciences include psychology, psychobiology, anthropology, and cognitive science. Generally, behavioral science primarily has shown how human action often seeks to generalize about human behavior as it relates to society and its impact on society as a whole. What does behavioral science study? Behavioral science studies human behavior, specifically how humans really make decisions in the real world. In particular, behavioral science studies the way that emotions, the environment, and social factors influence our decisions. The top 5 skills employers look for include critical thinking and problem solving, teamwork and collaboration, professionalism and strong work ethic, oral and written communications skills, leadership. How is behavioral science different from social science? Both behavioral science and social science study human behavior. Although the terms behavioral science and social science are often used interchangeably, the areas differ in scope, subject, and methodologies. Social science focuses on the social context. There is overlap with behavioral science, but generally, social science explores social processes, organizations, and institutions. Behavior science tries to understand why people do what they do and often seeks to generalize about human behavior as it relates to society. Behavioral science explores the cognitive processes, especially decision-making and communication, through systematic analysis of human behavior. Unlike social scientists, behavioral scientists collect empirical data and use experimental methods, including testing, controls, and manipulated settings. Why is behavioral science important in criminology? A behavioral science approach can be equally valuable in understanding and influencing offline behavior. It is critical for us to understand the mindset of vulnerable targets in order to prevent others in similar conditions from also suffering victimization. Are criminals' brains different? The brains of murderers look different from those of people convicted of other crimes, differences that could be linked to how they process empathy and morality. Those reductions were especially apparent in regions of the brain associated with emotional processing, behavioral control and social cognition. Is criminal behavior inherited? Barnes said there is no gene for criminal behavior. The link between genes and crime is a divisive issue in the criminology discipline, which has primarily focused on environmental and social factors that cause or influence deviant behavior. The National Crime Agency, NCA, has a dedicated behavioral science unit which aims to support investigations by analyzing, predicting and influencing suspects' intentions. A thorough psychological understanding of offender motivations and behavior is particularly important in the battle against online child exploitation, which can involve setting up honey traps and undercover work in which offenders are approached online from within their own networks. In the case of Operation Rescue, a CUPLED, Child Exploitation and Online Protection, Operation,